transcript. Button. Go forward 15 seconds. Play. Button.
Hello,
Speech off.
everyone. It is Trevor from Houston Valley Trees. Today, I am back with Hayden Higdon for this week's part 2 of how to start a high school Bible study. This week is a
What is
little.
up, my guy?
This week is a little less how to, and this week is a little more. Let's talk about the fruit.
Yeah.
We really did not expect what we got this week.
Yeah.
It was not supposed to go the way it did. Um,
But it did, and we are forever grateful to the Lord for it.
100%, y'all. Do I want to let Hayden tell y'all what happened? I'm gonna let him
Yes.
tell you. I'm gonna let you tell him what happened, and then I'm gonna let you kind of start off with start off the story. I'll come in at my part of the story, and we'll talk a little more about it together after that. But
Okay.
go for it.
Okay, so we were sitting around doing the normal thing. I had actually forgot we were going to do the Bible study today. Trevor wasn't at school yesterday, so we were going to do it yesterday, but we rescheduled it. So we were sitting around, and I had accidentally did something, and I had rushed the Bible study question of are you a murderer? Because, as you all know, if you're probably subscribed to my buddy right here's channel, that is the yes, because any sin committed is violation of all law, which is also murder. So
So
we got to
okay,
this
hold on.
person.
Let me start with how do you get to this point? And the way you get to this point usually, my strategy usually would be what gets you disqualified from salvation, what gets you what kind of person cannot be saved. And we didn't start there. I told him ask the first question, go for it. And his first question is, are you a
Are
murderer?
you a murderer?
And I'm like,
And
buddy. And I kind of already
then we had a
knew.
couple of concerning answers, which were awfully like laughable.
They were
And then we
laughable,
got
but also like, should we say something to somebody?
yeah,
Um,
like
but no,
like all I could hear in my mind is that rap song by YMW Melly, something about I got murder on my mind.
yeah,
But
but we're not gonna sing that on a Christian channel, thanks.
yeah, no, I just sung one little thing. It's not bad. Okay.
Um,
Anyways,
but anyway, so that's how we usually get to that are you a murderer question. But today was a little different.
I rushed it.
Hayden started it that way. I'm a little iffy with him about it. I mean, obviously I forgive him. Obviously
He's mad at me. No, I'm kidding.
we've been through our disagreements. What we have done though, what we have been able to do today is
Phenomenal. Absolutely
a
phenomenal.
100%. We saw somebody safe through it, and it is one of my favorite things. We did actually end up going back to the what disqualifies you from being saved, or
Yeah.
what makes you ineligible to be saved. And sure that didn't stop.
Huh?
Okay, we're good. But what makes you ineligible for being saved? And but before that, Hayden, I want to go back to I want you to kind of tell what happened when we actually broke down the answer of are you saved? I want to go back to her specific answers when
Yeah.
she said she wasn't a murderer. I want to go back to her specific answers.
Yeah. She
And
said no, like she said it
so
like an obviously.
well, hold on.
Like, no, I'm
But
not a murderer,
but
but
the first question we asked her after that is, have you ever hated anyone?
oh yeah, and then she said no, and then then we asked, have you ever lied before? And then she lied and said no, which we caught on was a lie. That was a little bit of a comedic moment. But then she admitted she did. Then we said
The moment, hold on, before you go there, the moment she caught on, um, the moment she caught on and
tears,
said yes,
tears.
the moment she caught on and said, "Yes, I have lied," I
Oh,
think she kind of had already realized, this is a thing, and I think that kind of started the downward spiral, and
yeah.
then whenever, I don't know, you could see her better, but I'm sure her expression changed because the minute we
Yeah,
said
no, it did. No, like she started looking up and everything. She like had her hands clasped together. She was shaking.
yes, you're a murderer. Why don't you go ahead and tell them
Like
what
I
happened?
said that. I had so callously said that, not thinking about the function of the brain and what it would immediately jump to.
And
And that was foul judgment on my part. And she started like burst out into tears. Like, luckily nobody came over there. I think somebody tried. I warded them off, and I was gonna go over there and talk to them, but Trevor said no. I have to talk to her one on one,
I
and I
that was
watched him.
but when you swore them off, that was after I'd already gone over there.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, like, thank God nobody else
Yeah,
came over there
no,
due to the commotion
yeah,
that was going on. Because she was a little loud. I was like, shh. Like, in my mind, I was like, shh, what? Shush, please. But, like, luckily, Trevor was able to contain the situation. Trevor, would you mind telling them what verse you read and how you broke it down?
yeah, no. So I want to go back to when we did ask who shouldn't be saved. Well, we got all the way around the table, and the person to my left, I won't mention her name, even though she has a YouTube channel. She said,
Pedos.
yeah, PDFs, because it's YouTube. Um,
Ah,
no, I'm kidding. No, she said pedophiles, and
yeah, pedophiles. We don't censor ourselves here.
I said, the minute I tried to quietly say according to the law, just to kind of remind her,
Yeah,
just
and then
because
Kiara got like, oh,
it's fine, don't worry about it. Edit it out later, editor.
yeah. I love it.
So yeah, Isla May is our editor. Isla America. Anyway, so
Subscribe to her. No,
yeah,
I'm kidding.
so we she said pedos, and I tried to quietly say according to the law.
And then,
Immediate.
like, the girl instantly like
So
realized what it was,
she
and
was crying at first. I told
then
her,
calmed down.
I said, we're gonna go back around the table for another question. You calm down as we go around. We'll circle back to you, right?
Yeah.
So she did, and we went around, and I tried to quietly say according to the law, and I clearly did not say it quietly enough.
No, you did not. Like, actually, I think it was like in your normal voice, like a little bit quieter than your normal voice. It was not that quiet at all. And I
Um,
think you were like 2 seats away from her, so she could have easily heard it.
oh yeah, absolutely. So I accidentally said it louder than I thought I was going to, and then I meant to. And I said according to the law as soon as Isla May said pedos, and the minute I said according to the law, Kiara broke again. You already said her name, so I'm just gonna keep saying it at this point.
Editor, please.
Yeah.
We shouldn't give our editor this much stuff. Come on, man.
Like I said, you said it at this point, so it's whatever. Um,
I guess.
so
I
anyway,
think she also has a YouTube channel. I think she's mentioned that, but
probably, yeah. Um, so anyway, um, she immediately broke again. And at that point in time, I said, y'all, I'm sorry. I gotta go talk to her one on one.
yeah.
Hayden was trying to console her at that point in time, and I
Yeah,
just
like
told
I was in the middle of like going to sit down, but Trevor was like, I need to talk to her, and I thought, I'm not a biblical scholar. He's gonna teach her the right thing, so I gotta sit down and shut up.
I did. I told him, I said, I've got to talk to her one on one. Just go. And
Yeah, because like there's nothing I could have done. that he couldn't have done much better, because he's like, I would have went on at it from like, hey, calm down, you're not like physically actually this, but Trevor actually like read from the Bible and actually did what the Bible study was gonna do. I was too focused on containing the noise.
He was playing us in the Cold War, containing communism, except for we were containing, he was trying to contain the emotional fire that was happening.
Yeah, and which I could have maybe done a little bit, but not to the extent that you did, to where she got saved.
Oh, absolutely not. And I don't think you don't have that power or that knowledge.
I don't think I'm like called to like preach and stuff or like do all that. So
I
that's
just,
your
I just,
calling. That's what you need to do.
yeah, I just don't think it would have happened the way it did.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't have at all.
So at that point, what we did is I went over there and I sat down with her and I said, why? I said, why did Jesus die on the cross? And she told me, and I said, I quoted Ephesians 2:8 and 9, and if you don't know what that is, I'll quote that here.
Please do.
I said, for by grace are you saved through faith, and that not of yourselves. It is a gift of God, not of works, lest any man should boast. And I walked through it with her. I said, I started walking through it with it as I was going through. I said, for by grace are you saved through faith, and that not of yourselves. It is a gift of God, not of works, lest any man should boast. And I said, that means nothing you can do could get you there. Your works couldn't get you there. Nothing you could do. And I went back to the beginning. For by grace are you saved through faith. And I said, do you know what that grace is? She said, the grace of God. I said, do you know what that faith is? She said, putting your faith in Jesus Christ. And I said, John 3:16 said, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. And I walked through just life with her, and I walked through all kinds of stuff with her. And I didn't have to walk through I didn't have to walk through baptism won't save you, this won't save you, that won't save you,
Yeah,
because
like none of that.
she immediately realized when I went through For by Grace, she immediately realized it was the grace of God, and it was the faith that she put in Jesus Christ. And what she took from that point forward was, all I can do at this point is put my faith in Jesus Christ. And
Yeah.
I quoted Romans. I quoted a few verses from Romans to her, and I said I quoted Romans 6:23. I said, "For the wages of sin is death." I said, "That's hell, but the gift of God is eternal life." I said, "That's heaven. That's never dying. That's
Yeah.
never going to hell." I explained what hell was, and I said it's all through Jesus Christ, and I explained it all to her. Y'all, I'm saying this like I'm preaching, because I can't not preach when I'm
I
talking
mean,
about this stuff.
that is literally like what you're called to do. So go on, man.
And I said this is it. And I said, what do you want to do with this? And she said, I want to put my faith and trust in Jesus Christ. And I asked her, I said, do you want me to leave you alone? You want to spend your own time with God? You want me to stay here? She said, she said she just wanted me to leave her alone. I walked away and I told her, I said, if you need me, let me know. When you're ready for me to come back, let me know. I gave her about a minute and a half, would you say? Would you say it was even that long?
Well, no, it wouldn't. It wouldn't even like. I think it was like 30 to 35 seconds until she like called you back over there,
It was
and then
about
you
that.
said, "quote."
I went back over there, and let me get into kind of what I said to her. I said, I said, what did you do in those last few moments? And she said, I spent some time with God. I said, after those last few moments, I said, would you say you got saved? She said, yes. I said, how? She said, I put my faith and trust in Jesus Christ. Hayden's getting just as excited as I am right now, man. What a blessing it was.
Yeah.
What a blessing it was to hear her say, I put my faith and my
No,
trust in
like
Jesus
literally
Christ.
after that, Trevor said, "I need to make an announcement," and then
I went back over and
Kiara,
I said, guys, I said, Kiara has an announcement to make. And her
and then she said,
words,
"I'm saved."
she
I think
said
I went
these
over there and congratulated her, hugged her, and then Trevor came and patted me on the back
dude,
so hard he
no,
almost like.
I ran over there to you before I could do anything, and you went to shake my hand. You high fived me first, and I like side hugged you. I wrapped my arm around you as hard as I could, and I
No,
just smacked you.
you. I thought this man was trying to play pro wrestling for a minute, but I knew the assignment as soon as it was over there. But like literally.
It was what a day it was, y'all. I even got there late. I was a little later than I had
Oh
hoped to
yeah,
be,
no, you were extremely late.
and it was 12:15 by the time I got there. Lunch ends at what, 12:40,
12:30.
12:30. We had
Yeah, it
15
literally happened in the span of
we had
15
15
minutes.
minutes to do this, y'all. 15 minutes. That's what it takes. That's what it takes to
Save a
witness to
soul.
somebody. That's what it takes to sit down and say, this is what Jesus Christ did for you. Don't you ever think that you can't do it. Don't you ever think that there's a soul that God won't save. If God puts somebody on your heart today, go live for Christ. Do not let that light be hidden. Let your light shine on for Jesus. You're a city set on a hill. To go live for God today. I'm telling you, we didn't do this series for no reason. We did this to show you it could be done. We told you last
Yep.
week we faced some criticism last week. A week
Oh
later
yeah, and now I feel the calling.
after
Now I'm gonna make this a thing. I feel the calling to invite them both to Bible study.
and I told him
Like not like
I said just bring them over to the table. I said it doesn't even matter if it's our typical Bible study day. Go take them to
yeah.
her and just let her look them in the face and say I got saved through what they just did.
Yeah. I mean I will be happy to do that.
I told Hayden a week ago yesterday. I said if we are the only two that are willing and that are okay and that are going to live for God, let our light be the light that they see. And what happened today?
Our light was the light that she
We
saw.
we were the only people willing to live for God a week ago. Yet today we sat around a table where people that may not have wanted to actually be there ended up being there. People that
And
did
I
want to
think
be
Hendrix, or no, I think one person and another person was honestly, they were appalled by the end of it.
Ryland's been on my channel. I can say his name. He was on my
Okay,
old channel.
Rylan and the other guy, like they were appalled by it. Like I could see like the shocked expression in Hendrix's face.
It was y'all. It was amazing. It was something that none of us expected to see. It was none of us had gone to this when we sat down, y'all. Here's what we went into this expecting. We went into this expecting one other person to be there, picking up where we left off last week, covering something that Kiara struggles with. I'm not going to go into that right now because we haven't covered it yet, and
Not yet. I think we should do that in the part 3.
yeah, 100%. Y'all, this might be a new series.
It is
But
a new series. I'm saying it right now. It is.
this is a thing right now, y'all. And
From now till the day I leave till you come back to school.
I can't wait to bring you guys on this journey. I can't wait to let you guys see more of what happens. Y'all, we sat down to cover something completely different, and she realized her sins led her to being something that she didn't think she was. The moment she realized the Bible taught something that she didn't realize the Bible taught, that girl stepped out in faith and said, I'm trusting Jesus today. And I can't wait to disciple her. I can't wait to sit down with her and say, what are you going to do with your life? What are
Yeah.
you going to do with this new chapter? Because this is something that now that we have this, we can't just leave her alone and say, have fun fending for yourself. No,
Yeah. No,
no,
we have to
no,
further
no,
counsel.
no. We are called to witness, convert, disciple, and repeat. And one of
Yep.
my favorite pastors, Brother Chris Hewitt, he always says, he says,
Wait, are you allowed to
teaching
say
them.
that?
Yes, I'm allowed to say that.
Okay.
Teaching them to teach them to teach them. He says,
He
how does he
says, he
say it?
says, he says.
How does he say it? I forget how he says it. I
I don't
think
know.
it's
I'm not the one who attends.
I think it's um I think it's convert, uh baptize, disciple, and repeat. Or no, I think it's, yeah. But you know, we're not gonna leave her alone. Her
Yeah,
her
no.
her her journey didn't begin here, and it's not gonna end here. And I'm gonna check up with her tomorrow, see how she's feeling after that.
Yeah, do
Make
you
sure
have? Oh, yeah, you do have class with her.
Making sure she's not feeling well, and we have something going on tomorrow night that she'll be there for, so I'll
Oh,
have
yeah.
extra time. Um,
And we all have to stay after school.
yeah.
So then,
So just making
yeah.
sure that she's not feeling any kind of uh any kind of doubt, making sure she's not feeling any kind of making sure that her testimony is still strong, making sure she's not resting in the fact that I gave her the gospel, or the fact that she was hanging out with us and heard it from me, making sure that she's resting in the Lord Jesus Christ, and making sure that she has peace about what happened today, making sure her testimony is just as strong tomorrow as it was today,
Yes.
making sure it's just as strong in a week as it is today. And we're not gonna leave her alone. We're gonna keep her here, and we're just gonna walk through life with her, and just let her see the mercy and the grace of God. Let her see what she got to see today. And y'all, this is part two of why. I think we're gonna change the title to why to start a school Bible study. And the answer to the question of why
Yes.
is because it's so worth it. It's worth living for God. You know, the people that say you really have nothing better to do than to live for God. No, this is the best thing I can do. This is the best life I could ever live. I told
Exactly.
I stood up in a church last week, and the Lawsons, a very good singing crew. Look them up later. The Lawsons stood up, and they sang a song called "It'll Be Worth Every Mile." And I stood up after they sang that song, and I said, "Can I just say it's been worth every single mile?" And I gave the testimony of what happened last Tuesday. And I said then, and I said it to Hayden last
Wait,
week.
you gave a testimony to the church?
Absolutely. And I said,
Heck yeah, brother.
and I said to Hayden last week, like I told you all earlier, if we're the only two that want to live for God, so be it. And I said that at
Yep.
that church last week. And I said that, you know, I've said that too many times since. Let me tell you something. The song, "This Little Light of Mine," might seem so childish, might seem so much like a kid's song now. But
Not really.
listen, y'all. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel? No. I'm gonna let it shine. I'm not gonna hide my light under a bushel. Days like today are the days that get me excited. Days like today are the days that let me see this is why I live the life I live.
And
And
days like today are the days I learned how to be a better co-Bible study director. Like, really.
I want y'all to live for God today. That's the challenge I have for you guys. And we're gonna grow this channel. Not just one video at a time, not just one subscriber at a time, but one experience at a time. And y'all aren't gonna not get this anymore. This is a new series. Even if it's the only thing I upload week to week, this is a new series. And I know it came out on Thursday last week. I'm gonna try to start getting you 2 videos a week. Maybe one on Tuesday, definitely one on Wednesday. Um, the second video of the week could range anywhere from Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
But you're definitely gonna get one every Wednesday from now on. Since we just recorded part 2, I don't think there's a reason to do a second video this week since we're doing this one here. I might do one on my own tomorrow, but I really don't think there's a reason to do a part 2, or do another video this week since we've covered what really needed to be covered this week. And we didn't do this to brag, y'all. We did this to come on here and say there's a reason we do this.
It works.
There's fruit that will grow from it, and don't be afraid to do this. Be ready to fight back. Be ready. Just be ready. That's all I can say. Just be ready. Anyway,
Yep.
y'all, I gotta end the video here. We love you. We'll see you later.
Christ
Bye.
is King. God bless America. Thank you.
Bye.
Good video.